Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Nuke Them All. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 20 bucks, and I stress Early Access. That means everything that you're about to see is subject to change. This is a very casually themed real-time strategy game. I say casual themed, but it's still fairly challenging in terms of difficulty. There's even like an easier setting, and I found the first level to be extremely difficult for reasons I'll get into later. It's also quite wacky in the way that everything is presented, and I love it. I love the way it's presented. Even the tutorial is very flashy. There's even an actual person that comes on screen and actually talks to you and explains everything while the video is going. I think more games need to do that nowadays. Yeah, some games like that actually takes me back to the whole Command and Conquer Red Alert series where, there was FMV of like Tim Curry and other stars talking on the screen. That was cool. I really enjoyed seeing stuff like that. And then seeing something like this, it brought back some memories. Now, there's this sandbox mode that you can partake in. You just drop units onto this circular field. It's nothing fancy. It's just a way of seeing the different units that are in the game and what they're like. It's still difficult to tell what's going on. And again, I'll touch more on that later. But it's there. So if you fancy just throwing a bunch of things into a sandbox, you could totally do that. There's also another game mode, which I didn't play a whole lot of. It's like Nuke Ball or something. It's like soccer, but you're trying to shoot the enemy team with your units and then also kick the ball into the opposing net. I don't know how to play this or what I'm doing with it. I played it for like a minute or two and I put it down. So what is the main game about? Well, okay, this isn't a traditional real-time strategy game in the sense that you've got a barracks and a headquarters and you're building construction units. No, this is one of those capture the flag real-time strategy games where the map is broken up into flags. You have to capture those, and in capturing those, you also get to control buildings, which automatically produce units for you. So if you wanted a real-time strategy game like Command and Conquer, where you get full control over what you're building, like StarCraft, and this game is not it. Rather, it's one of those capture this thing so that it'll automatically produce units for you, and then you can use it to hopefully get more flags. Now, what's cool is that there's like nukes on these maps. You can capture that, and if you hold it for long enough, you can throw the nuke at your opponent. That's actually kind of cool. Different units do different things. You can even move defenses around the map to a limited degree. Like there are like these little artillery cannons that I can click and drag and move around, but there's a range on them, and I'm not exactly sure what determines that. You can also click on buildings to upgrade them, and I guess that produces stronger units of sorts. And your ultimate goal in every level that you play in, and there's a lot of levels too, but your ultimate goal is to destroy the enemy fort. That's what you're ultimately trying to do while trying to capture territory, upgrade your buildings, and so on. Now, here's what I didn't like about this game. First and foremost, there's no unit information anywhere. So I have no idea if this unit that I'm throwing at this other unit is even effective. Like in Command and Conquer, you know that rocket troopers are good against tanks. You know that. I mean, it's just there. I mean, rocket troopers, tanks, great. In this game, I have no idea. I have no basis for comparison. I don't know if this robot over here, this walking robot, can do anything against this mobile tank that's coming at me. I don't know. And there's no information anywhere that I can find to know, like, okay, what's the rock, paper, scissors going on here? Is this unit good against this unit? I don't know. There's HP bars, but that's it. It doesn't even tell you what their maximum HP in number terms are. So, yeah, they've got an HP bar, but I don't know if they're a tanky unit. I don't know if they're a weak unit or a glass cannon. I don't know. And I think that's the biggest downfall. This game tries to be casual, tries to be fun, tries to be edgy, but at the same time, it doesn't give me any information I need to make any tactical decisions. You know what I mean? So that's one major thing. The other thing is, this game is too busy for me. Like, everything on the map is so detailed and so crisp, and that's great. but I can't tell what I can click on and what I can't click on. I don't know if a building can be upgraded or not. I wish that there was like some kind of like a little icon over a building telling me that it's ready for an upgrade. I wish it would tell me that. Rather than me having to click on buildings all the time to see what I can do with them, I would rather just be able to see an icon that says, this is ready. I need to click on it to upgrade it. That would be nice because I don't know fully what I'm doing yet and I don't know when it's ready or not. So, like, the game is so busy and so detailed that I don't know what's important and what isn't important. And yeah, that's partly and because I'm a new player to the game, but also like if you're trying to learn this, I got frustrated because I don't know what the units did. The game's throwing everything at me on the first level. This isn't a matter of like, oh, there's just in Command and Conquer, like the tutorial level is just riflemen and, a couple of other things. They gradually introduce you to, most RTS games gradually introduce you to units. This game just kind of throws everything at you, expects to know what they do, expects you to know what their capabilities and what they're good against. I think that's a failing. I think more information is needed overall. Like, I think the UI needs to be a bit more helpful. In my opinion, I think that's it. I half the time I didn't know what I could click on and what I couldn't click on. You know what I mean? Or what I should be clicking on. So, like, again, this game is early access, so I'm not gonna like knock it too hard. I'm going to recommend it with the caveat that there are certain things about the game that really turn me off. Again, I was kind of expecting like a base building, like 8-bit armies kind of thing. And instead I got like a Euphoria kind of game where, you're just capturing things, capturing flags, producing units automatically, and then throwing them at your opponent. That's what you're getting with this. And that wasn't abundantly clear when I first like started playing this. And I'm like, oh, so that's what this game is. I was expecting like base building. No, it's just capture flags and then automatically produce units. So just be warned, that's what this game is. I still think it has a ways to go to make the game a bit more user-friendly to both new players and experienced players alike. Because like as it stands, like I feel like all of this cool stuff is sort of vomiting itself onto the screen, but trying to make sense of it and what's going on and then trying to make tactical decisions is near impossible because you don't know what's going on. That's my hurdle anyway. So do I recommend this game? Maybe if it were me, I'm going to come back to this in a while. I'm going to come back to this later on. Not right away. I'm going to come back to this later on when it's been developed a bit more. Again, that was Nuke Them All, $20 on Steam's early access program. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.